Oh yeah, I was in New York like a while ago, and I was eating at this Venezuelan place, and it was so good. It was like one of the best meals I've ever had. I'm just eating it, I'm enjoying it, and then this like cockroach just comes out into the dining room, just very slowly. It didn't scan. It just came out like, how's everything tasting? Like, it came out very calm in the middle of the dining room. Everyone saw the cockroach come out just super slowly. I bet the owner of the place was like, come on, scatter, hurry. And he's like, I'm gonna take my time. How's everybody doing? He was like Roachatouille or something. Just, is everyone enjoying what I prepared for you today? This is my place. He's just like rubbing his hands. It's good. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's just me and a couple guys back there. It was so gross. But it was the best meal. And then I made eye contact with this other woman, this like black lady. We locked eyes. And we were looking at it and we were looking back at each other like, can you believe this? But the food I was still eating. I was like, oh my God, yeah. I had to pretend like I was grossed out, but I'm still eating this thing. Like, it's ridiculous. The roach probably didn't touch my part. The roach couldn't have touched all our foods. I remember this thought. When I was a kid, my dad took me and my brother out, like the family, to Penticton, Canada. You know that? Yeah? Yeah, okay. So it was like a cheap vacation. I'm from Seattle. So me and my brother were playing Frisbee, like, near the beach. We were just tossing the Frisbee around. And then this guy, he comes up to us and he goes, did you hear? And I go, what? And he goes, the inventor of the Frisbee died today. And we were like, oh, okay. And then we just went back to playing Frisbee. I think about this like every week. Have you guys heard? The inventor of the Frisbee died today. What was he expecting? What happened? Did he think I was gonna drop to my knees because I'm playing Frisbee? Like, no! Why? Why, God? Why do you take them so young? Why do you take the good ones so young? I just throw it as hard as I can. Fahim, no! Get away from me. I need to be alone right now. Because that guy is so different than me. Like, someone could be on fire and I wouldn't want to bother them. It was like, I just wouldn't go up to a stranger, but this guy's like, these two kids need to know the inventor of the Frisbee died. So comedy styles kind of like, they fall out of fashion, you know? They go through waves and stuff, and like people make fun of Gallagher, but he was the biggest thing in the world at one point. Like, there is a girl out there who blew Gallagher. Like, he crushed at a show, and he was just getting a BJ on roller skates. Like, yeah, that was pretty good out there, huh? It's like, yeah, you're the best, Gallagher. I got another show, but this has been great. roll me into the green room. Gallagher fans in that? What's going on? Okay, did that. Yeah, I imagine like in 1986 you probably brag. You're like, I blew Gallagher, you know? But then like as time goes on, it's kind of a secret you keep to yourself. Like only you know that you blew Gallagher in 86. Should I keep talking about Gallagher? Like, no? I like how someone just shake their head. I'm not being serious, you know? Please no. Go back to the Jew robot stuff. I never thought I would say this, but go back to Tommy. Hitler is Tommy, the robot. When you get really rich, you're in the water more. Like when you get really rich, you're in the water more. You're in the air more. But like ducks already do that. Like a duck is a luxury bird. Right? Duck's already in the water all the time. He gets free bread sometimes. It's pretty dope. I just think like hot chicks and models should be into ducks. It'd be funny to translate just guys with private jets and shit and like, oh my God, he's in the water by himself. And he flies from the fucking pond. Other guys have to go to the airport. Okay. I don't know how I feel about cover bands getting pussy. Like, it's not theirs. It's not cool. Yeah, it doesn't feel right. Like a really, really good cover band probably gets more pussy than me. But like, these are my jokes. They should have to like give royalties, like 10% of the pussy to Steven Tyler or something. Like, he just gets a rim job. He's like, all right, that's pretty good. You owe me a rim job, dude. I saw you get pussy after the show. I want mines. All right, so I was in New York. I went to New York to do the Tonight Show. That's my time, guys. Thank you. I know when to end on a high. Yeah, so the story is like, all right, my parents, they didn't really want me to do comedy. You know, I started when I was 18. They didn't want me to do it. It's like I was doing heroin, you know?
Of course not, you're Afghan.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. This is my Wikipedia in the corner. Of course not, he's Afghan. For more factoids. I'm behind the pillar. Yeah, they just didn't want me to do stand-up and all that stuff. And so, like, me going to the comedy clubs was like doing heroin. They were like, is it worth throwing your life away and all this? So, like, that was always a wedge. And then I've been doing it a very long time, and I'm like, things are good now. Let me try to do the Tonight Show. So I got the Tonight Show, and then I brought them out. It was like part comedy, part therapy. It was a great, like, you didn't have to worry about anything. Things are great. Like, we can just celebrate this now. And it was beautiful. So I got to have my family come out to New York and see me on the Tonight Show. Thank you. Thank you, God. I just had a mental breakdown. So that's just the preface to, like, my family being out in New York with me. So I'm just Ubering around New York with my family. And my dad, he always gets into the passenger seat like he's a co-pilot. He can sit in the back, but he's like, no, I'll be in the passenger. I need the eyes, I need to help him. And he just makes small talk. Every time he gets in the car, he's like, what's the gas mileage? What kind of gas mileage you? Every Uber we got in, how many miles? Does it burn oil? But he could have a podcast just like Ubering with Muhammad. He just hops into Ubers and goes, what's the MPG? He just chats everybody. He's like, where are you from? And the guy's like, oh, Bangladesh. He's like, I have a t-shirt from there. Yeah. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Leave the guy alone. No, I want to know. So this Toyota Highlander picks us up one ride, and then my dad's in the cockpit doing the same thing. He goes, yeah. He's like hitting switches that aren't even there. Prepare for Uber off. There was like this thing that wasn't even there. Like, sorry, can you not put it in neutral? He's like, sorry, I'm used to fake flying. So this Toyota Highlander picks us up, and then he goes, what kind of gas mileage do you get? And he's like, oh, this is this Vietnamese guy. He's like 17? 17? He goes, 17? He goes, that's not, he goes, my Dodge Caravan gets better gas mileage. And he goes, that's terrible. And I got the Uber, and like my dad is roasting this Uber driver. I'm like, Dad, chill. Like, don't insult this guy's car. It's my stars on the line. That's terrible. You got ripped off, my friend. Well, you could drop us off here. That was good. So I took them to a Broadway show. So we saw Phantom of the Opera. We had these nice, like, Abraham Lincoln got shot seats. It's beautiful. Like, picture it, that's where we were. The seats were so good, I did this the whole time.
Did you have the binoculars?
No, it wasn't like that. Just... It's funny, whenever you go to, like, the theater, you can only have, like, the classy kind of binoculars that you hold like this. You can't have, like, fucking... You can't have, like, tactical camo gear. Because people will think you're gonna light up the whole theater. You're just like, no, I love Trump and I love the theater. I have the camo, I have my binoculars, this is how I see. I love this. This is the understudy. He's on the come up. He's got a voice of an angel. I did Phantom of the Opera, January 6th. Those are kind of my big bucket list things. So I took my dad, my parents and stuff to see Phantom of the Opera, and it was just very cool, I think, for my dad to see. It's like the highest level. People doing the best out of everything, like singing, dancing, like playing music, orchestra, and all that. I think it was cool for my dad to see so many people ruining their lives at such a high level. Like, was he able to enjoy it, or was he like, their parents must be so sad? They threw their life away. He got to meet the actors afterwards. He was like, I think it's amazing you threw your life away to make everyone happy. You brought so much joy by ruining your financial potential.